I'm going to show you the exact 5 ways that I use Claude every single week to quickly build new faceless YouTube channels. And I'm also going to show you the exact AI prompts that I use for this, and I'm going to share them with you. But I want you to know one thing: I am not going to show you how to completely make videos with AI only. This might be possible and some people do it, but I'm not doing that in this video. And I think you shouldn't do that as a beginner to starting YouTube automation. I know it's called YouTube automation and a lot of people are preaching to make videos fully with some AI tools like this right now. But as a beginner, I think you should learn all the basics and the principles of YouTube automation by using AI the way I'm going to show you in this video, compared to trying to put everything into an AI system and get like some AI slop out of it. In the past 4 years, I've coached hundreds of students in my community, the Faceless Tuber School, on how to use AI to make your work quicker and more efficient, but not to make it fully AI that probably will get flagged by YouTube and will not get monetized in many cases. What I'm going to cover in this video is how you can use Claude to find your niche, how you can use Claude to do the branding for your channel, to do the SEO for your channels, your videos will get found, how to use Claude to write your scripts, and then also how to use Claude to find video ideas that can go viral. And the main goal here is to make your work easier and quicker to launch channels faster and in a better way. And to quickly visualize this for you, I've made this beautiful reverse triangle painting for you, which is the 5 topics that we're going to be covering today. So as you see at the start of the triangle, it's the niche and the ID. This is the fundamentals of your YouTube automation like business, the niche and the ID that you're going to be testing and how to find it. Once you found that, you want to make a brand for your channel. So a certain color palette that fits the voice of your channel with a specific font that you use and reuse in your channel logo and the banner and in the videos that you're going to be making. After that, you want to find the SEO so that your videos will get found, so that the YouTube algorithm understands what your video and channel is about, and so that you have a congruent experience in the SEO that you are showing. Once you've set up the basics of your channel, which is this, then we're going to get into the ID generation. So which videos are we going to be posting on our channel? And once we have the IDs, then we just need to write the scripts. And then after that, of course, the voiceover and the video come. But in this video, we are focusing on these 5 fundamentals to start your channels and get up and running. So the first way we're going to use Claude is to find our niches. This is the most important part of YouTube automation, and this is where most people go wrong too. A lot of people think a niche will just fall into their lap, or they can go on YouTube or Instagram and look some top 5 niches for this month videos and get started with that. But if you just copy that from someone that puts it online, it's probably tested hundreds of times already. Everyone is trying to go into these niches because people posted that online, and you don't really understand why a niche actually works or can work for you. So whether you like it or not, you still have to put in the manual work to check the numbers on channels that you might want to start in, and not just guess and try to get lucky with something you've seen online. At least that is how I teach it and how I do it. So what you still want to do is get an Excel sheet with competitors in there and checking their numbers and their data and their view trends and seeing if it's still interesting to get into a market or not. And one way you can do this is by using the Excel sheet I use in the Faceless Tuber School, which if you join, you can get access to that for free. So look, if you are in the Faceless Tuber School here in the Google Drive setup, I actually have a template drive setup that takes you here, which will cover a niche research sheet, video production sheet, channel strategy sheet, and also AI prompts and SOPs for your channel. Now, if you open the niche research sheet, what you should and want to be having when you are serious about this business is a sheet like this. This is the bare minimum, in my opinion, and this is what most people don't make or think is unnecessary. So it starts with having channel names and their links in a sheet, and then what is working for these channels, and mainly the view numbers on these channels. So this is just like an example for these two. Ideally, what you want to have is, let's say, 15 to 20 channels in here, and then also with their monthly view data, so that you can see if a certain niche only gets 100,000 views and other niches get 2 million views a month, for example, and this is a recurring theme across a certain niche that you are getting into, then you can know that if a niche you've been looking at, and there's like, let's say 5 big competitors, but they all are on a downtrend in terms of views, and they're only making like $500 a month from AdSense, then you know that that niche is probably not very interesting. But if there's multiple niches that are fairly new and not so established, and they're making like 2 million views a month and making, let's say, $10,000 a month, that might be more interesting to get into. And if you do that and put this in the sheet for enough channels, you can easily visualize these trends and make a better decision of what to get into. Now, right here, we are in my Claude dashboard. So what you want to do is make a new project folder for YouTube automation and then make a new chat for each of these specific aspects that I am talking about. So in this case, we're going to go into the Faceless YouTube niche generator, right? And here I have added this AI master prompt, which if you go into my school, you can copy and paste this too. Basically what this does is going to help us find niches. And the way I like to find my niches is to find channels that are doing relatively well, breaking them down and seeing how we can replicate that in new markets, the formats that they are doing. So the cool thing about this prompt is once you put it in the system, you just add images from the videos or the channels that you found, and then you get new IDs based on this. So let's give it a try. So I'm gonna use this pretty famous historical channel called Nutty History as an example. And basically the thing that you do is you just go to their last, let's say 10 videos, and you just make a screenshot from it and you add it to your Claude file. All right, so the last, let's see, 18 videos I have here. Let's do a little bit more, one more row. All right, so now it has the titles and the views of these channels. So all we want to do and now ask it is to review these videos, the topics and the titles, and ask it to make new channel IDs based on these topics. So break down and analyze these YouTube history videos and come up with, let's say, 5 new channel niches we can make from this based on the best performing videos. Let's keep it simple and try with that and see what comes out. All right, so it's now analyzing and reverse engineering what is working. So it already says the 2 biggest hits in the set, the horrible death of Napoleon, and then the biggest idiots of World War I. And you could see this because in the last few months, they found this topic that did well, which is the biggest idiots of a certain war. And you can see here the biggest idiots of the Renaissance, the biggest idiots of Korean War, 40K, 61K. Let's see, biggest idiots of the Napoleonic Wars, 45K. See? So let's see what else it comes up with. All right, look, and now this is awesome because we basically have 5 new niche format IDs that we can make literally one separate channel from based on the winning videos from what we just saw. And the number 1 here is the biggest idiots of corporate history, which basically means like the biggest idiots of a certain war or a certain time period. And I love to make channels like this because with this you could just make one channel that only covers this kind of format, which makes it very easy to make thumbnails and titles because every title and thumbnail is the same. It's only a different topic for a different war or a different person. So now that you have a list like this, you can basically look at the 5 topics that you found, and then of course you can redo your niche research based on these topics. So you can look up these biggest idiots topics on YouTube and see how many competitor channels there are, or you throw it in a tool like 1 of 10 or a next level. You can look up for the horrible deaths one, here the medical disasters that used to be very famous on the History TV too, biggest idiots in sports history. So this is niche bending where you take the biggest idiots instead of the history stuff, you go into like sports, let's say, for example. And now you can also say here the royal family scandals and the graces across history. So this is also like, instead of like the biggest idiots in a certain time frame of war, you can say the disgraces from the royal family across countries throughout history, for example. That's a really cool topic too. So if I would see this list, the first 2 channels I would try and test out would be like this one, the biggest idiots, about all these like specific wars or time frames, and maybe the royal history stuff, because these are just very broad topics that people love to watch. All right, so let's say for the sake of this video, we're gonna go with option 1, the biggest idiots of corporate history, let's say, okay? So we're gonna go back to our prompts file, and now we get to part 2, which is making the channel branding and then doing the SEO after that. So we go into the folder for our Faceless YouTube brand ideator. We just go in here, we have the prompt added here, which basically says, hey, listen, you are a brand ideator. I want you to give me, based on the topic that I give you, like the brand colors, the fonts, the style, and everything that comes with it, okay? So the topic for our next channel is this, and then you just copy paste it here. please make the channel branding and the voice. Okay, so we just copy paste our ID in here, and now it's going to give us the whole branding for the channel that we can just easily then use the color palettes and the fonts in our thumbnails, in our title, in our scripts and everything. And this way you make a beautiful congruent experience. Just like this channel has, for example, they just do the old AI generated like historical pictures with some like yellow text with a black outline in the corners, for example. And you want to make one of these formats for the channels like we just picked, and just also do the thumbnails and titles like congruent, one congruent experience, so the YouTube algorithm knows what you're making, who it's for, and also people recognize your channel. Let's see what we got out of this. So first of all is the brand positioning. So what is this channel? Why subscribe to the channel? What makes it different from competitors? Emotional transformation. So these are like the why to watch the channels for the viewers, right? That's pretty cool. Then we also have channel names, so you don't have to brainstorm names. So Boardroom Idiots, the Failure Files, Corporate Wreckage, the Idiot Index. These are some pretty cool names, right? I think we could just go with Boardroom or the Failure Files, for example. Just mix, like I usually pick my channel names to be like 2 words that is related to the channel, so it's just easy, you know? Disaster Quarter is pretty cool too, I think. Especially if you think it's about like those idiots, then you can like, it's like, yeah, either the disaster, idiots, failure, like something that relates to that, right? Don't overthink the title. It's not that important. Here we got some color palettes that we can use, black and white, maybe with some red in it. Doesn't have to be too, like, just go for black and white usually, and then add one other color that pops out a little bit, just like this one. See, it's just like the images and then like the yellow text on it. You got the brand voice that you can use, so like the historical style. Here you have some visual branding guides, typography, so like which fonts are we going to be using. This just, it seems excessive, but it just makes it so much easier to just go into your thumbnail editor and copy paste the fonts and the color hex code, so you always have the same ones and you just know how you want it to look already. And then here it even gives you content pillars already, so which types of videos and topics we're going to be looking at. It even gives you like an audience, like who is probably going to watch your video and who is it made for. So with this, you really have everything you need already to just make this whole channel. And even gives you the SEO foundation. I have a specific other prompt for that, but this is a very, very good start. Right, so once you have this, you know how to make your logo, your banner, the channel name, the and also the thumbnail formatting that you want to start using for your channel. Okay, now that we have the channel branding done, we want to make the SEO and want to make like a video description, want to have hashtags, want to have tags, want to have everything that we can just copy paste into our channel when we set it up to make our life easier. So again, copy paste the initial prompt for the channel we're going to be making, go to the SEO optimization, put the AI prompt in here, which basically says you're a professional SEO like YouTube guy, you know everything about keywords and all this stuff and how to get found. So we're just gonna put our next brand is this. Please give me the full SEO stack, which will be, you can put like in your video a description with SEO and tags and hashtags. You can put it on your channel. So it's basically channel wide and video wide. And we just want to have one that we can reuse for everything. So we just use it once and then just make small changes for every video we upload, okay? All right, so real quick, it asked me to be a bit more specific doing the SEO. So I wrote down and I copied the branding file in here that we got. So the channel name will be Failure Files and it's mainly around the topic of historical idiots related to certain wars, big moments of change and royalties. Then I copy paste the brand positioning and now I'm going to put it out there and we've got a beautiful file with all the SEO that we can just copy paste into our new channel. Okay, so we gave it a little while to complete the full prompt and now we have a full copy paste SEO ready channel strategy that we can copy paste into our new channel once it's set up. So it's the broad channel SEO that we have here, which you can copy paste like on the public part of your channel. It's a channel description. And of course, you don't have to copy paste everything here, but you can take the best parts and use a few of the channel tags. Like you can do the channel introduction and then also the keyword clusters, which tags you're going to be using in your videos, the content pillars, like the different like playlists you will be making, for example, the video SEO. So the nice thing about this is if you put this in your channel once, it's uploaded for every video. And then per video, you can make a few changes based on the topic. But if you have this template description for your whole channel, you literally can, after this, create your channel, do all the SEO, and just start making videos, which is what it really is about. A lot of people get stuck doing this like SEO stuff and niche research for too long without just taking action. And that is why these AI prompts are so important, because if you do this, it will take you 20 minutes to make a full new channel, set it up, do the SEO, and get your first videos launched. Okay, so now that we know which niche we're going to be starting in, we have our SEO done, and we have the branding set up. We just want to do two more things, and that is come up with our first 15 or 20 IDs to create, and then also how to make the scripts for our channel. So let's dive into that. So next up is the video ideation. So in here, we basically made a prompt that helps us come up with viral video IDs based on working topics from our other channels. So you're gonna just say like, hey, our new brand is about this, and then you're gonna show some pictures of the competitor channels that you found. Right now, we still have just this one from the Nutty History. Of course, let's say if we do the biggest idiots in history style, you want to find more channels and look at their views too. But for now, you can just go here and say, hey, we want to ideate first 20 videos for our new channel. Okay, fill your files. Make it mainly about the format biggest idiots in history, covering wars and royalties like mentioned in the other chats in this project. Okay, and then we might put one or two images in there too. So the biggest idiots is here. This is one. Biggest idiots here. See, do one more because aliens at the Napoleon Wars. Okay. Find the biggest events in history first to make our new batch of videos about. All right, that's it. Let's give it a go. See what video topics it comes out with. All right, and now, right now we have 20 IDs ready to be made. So look, each ID comes with the title, so the battle where an army accidentally fought itself, the thumbnail text, friendly fire, the framework used, hidden history plus absurdity plus curiosity, and then why it works, a real battle where 10,000 men died without an enemy inside is too strange not to click. So it even explains why it can work and how you should make the branding for this channel. Now, this is not exactly the title format that we were going for with the biggest idiots of a certain war. So we can then also ask it, so rewrite the first 5 titles in the format the biggest idiots of X. And then let's see what comes out. Because you can rewrite these titles. It's basically like these topics, it's the same idea of like idiots who lost a certain war in a stupid way, right? But this is like rewritten in a bit more of a different format. But you can also say, I want them to look more of the same. So let's say what we got here. The biggest idiots of friendly fire. The biggest idiot of the Russian winter. See, that's a good one. The biggest idiots who repeated his worst mistake. Little Bighorn. Crimean War. See, so now it's really into that format. And with this, now you already have 20 ready to make IDs. So if you have this, you can then go to your video production folder and you can literally fill this with the first 20 videos that we just came up with here. And then you just have to start writing the scripts, make the voiceover, do the videos, and then you're done. Okay, so we covered the niche, the brand, the SEO, and the video IDs. The only thing that's left now that will make our life easier is making and writing the scripts. Okay, so now we're going to be writing our script. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to feed our ID to our Claude AI. And then we're going to reverse engineer one of the scripts from our competitor or multiple to see how they format their script so that we can just copy and paste that format, but with our own video topics. So you take the video ID you have here. So let's say the biggest idiot is the Crimean War. You go to your YouTube scripts ideation. So first new video for our history channels about the biggest idiots called, what was it? Failure files is this topic. But before you start writing, let's break down winning video script formats. Okay, so what you're gonna do now, you go to one of the videos from your competitors. So let's say this one. You're gonna click on the description. You're gonna go to show transcript. You're gonna click on copy transcript. Now you go back to Claude, and then you go here again. So we said before you start writing, let's break down a winning video script format. So we're gonna now post that script format in here so it can analyze it. So you just copy and paste it, boom, click enter, and now it's gonna analyze the script, give us a format for the script setup, and then with our topic, we can write the new script. Right now, it analyzed our competitor videos and it made a format for our own channel. What we want to do now is turn that format into an AI prompt we can reuse in our coming videos. So turn this video script format into an AI prompt we can reuse in the future. First, if we do this, we can just copy paste this prompt in our next videos in the AI tool, and then it will always stick to the same format, and then you can make tweaks along the way to your scripts. But this way you also create a congruent experience for your viewers every single video, and we base it off of winning competitors in the past or other videos. As you can see here, now we have a full AI prompt ready to make the scripts for our channel failure files. As example, now you can say, you can just have this AI script, go into your chat, like with the AI prompt, give it the title you're going to be making, and say, hey, write me the intro, write me the first bullet point, write me the second. Usually I ask these AI tools to write in like 200-300 words at a time to remain like quality edits. So let's give it a shot. So write the intro for the first video topic I gave you using this new AI script prompt. And let's see what comes out, and if it's good, and if it's not good, we got to tweak it a little bit, change the AI like prompt for the intro or the value, the bullet points, and then see how it comes out. So look, the AI now gave us an outline of the script we're going to be making. So the intro, a call to action to like or subscribe. After that, scene setting, and then segment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are like 4 or 5 stories that we're doing. So it's kind of like a bullet point list with like 6, 7 moments that happened in the war. And then it's the outro. And now you just ask it to write the intro, then segment 1, segment 2, segment 3. You copy paste it into your Word file, and then within a few minutes you will have your full script completed. And this is exactly how I use Claude, like these 5 Claude tools, to come up with new niche ideas, do the branding, do the SEO, come up with videos, and launch my channel and my scripts. And if you have this all dialed in, it will take you less than an hour to set up a new channel and start producing videos. If you have these scripts done, you can make the voiceover in a few minutes with 11 Labs, and then depending on the channel you are making, you have to look what kind of video editing you will be doing. I will be showing you that in next video. For now, if you want to copy this whole AI system on how to find niches and to create the channels, I post this video with the AI prompts to copy and paste live in my Faceless YouTuber School. It's free to join and will give you access to this for free if you join with the link in the description below. If you have any questions about this, comment them in the below this video. And if you want to understand how my 5M system works on finding viral niches and starting and scaling them, and how I have helped hundreds of students do this too, then watch the video in screen here, because here I give a complete breakdown of how the 5M system works.